Devin the Dream Haney is interested in a Mikey Garcia fight. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so Devin Haney puts it out there that, hey, he wants a Mikey Garcia fight. Devin Haney got to learn, you got to crawl before you motherfucking walk. This is what I'm saying about Devin Haney. He's out here pressing up on everybody who you know that you can't get a fight with, okay? Mikey Garcia, especially at this stage in his career, is all about money. You need money to get a fight with Mikey Garcia. Period. You need money. The question is your team willing to put that money down on you? And I'm going to say no, because number one, you haven't required the credentials or the real hardware that you need to facilitate a fight with somebody like Mikey Garcia or anybody on his level. Nobody's going to fight you at this point because your biggest accomplishment at this point was a Gamboa. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Now you hollering up Mikey Garcia's tree. Who haven't you came to and try to fight? You're trying to fight all these people that as of right now are out of your league. But this is what I mean. See how you want to call out Teofimo Lopez? He's want to call out this person, that person, this person. Now he's calling out Mikey Garcia. The one person that you can make a fight with, Vasily Lomachenko, you don't want to fight. And it's the one guy who put you in your situation. Lomachenko put you in that situation. Everything that you're going through is due to the fact that he didn't keep his mandatory. The WBC allowed him to do the duck squattle, and he dodged you. Therefore, you got a belt that you did not earn, and everybody is questioning you, your skill set, and what you do, because you just required a belt without fighting for it. Even though Devin Haney want to call somebody not undisputed because they didn't fight him, but you ain't fight the guy who gave you the belt. This is why I say there's more claims and right to undisputed with Teofimo Lopez than there is being a champion with Devin Haney. But nonetheless, you can rectify all this by going to fight the man who ducked and dodged you and who you got a belt from. Now you can go beat the brakes off of the guy who ducked you just for ducking you. Now, you're not even at a place to act or have this diva-ish attitude of, does he deserve a shot? Who are you? And I like Devin Haney, but who are you? Your claim to fame is you beat who? Okay? You styled on or knocked out who? Nobody. You don't have that. The best thing we can say is, okay, you went 12 rounds with Gamboa. That's all we can say for you. So where is this high pedestal that you sitting on that people don't deserve something? Even with a loss, this is what Devin Haney don't understand. Even with a loss, Lomachenko is still higher than you. His name still got more steam than you. What you need to do is take the last little bit of steam that his name has and totally vanquish this dude. And not only that, your goal is to do it better than Teofimo Lopez. So then once you do that, then you could get into the conversations. Then you can make an argument. Then you have something to put side by side and say, look, I told you, look what he did with him. Went 12 with him. I iced him in 6. I told y'all I'm the truth. I told you. But you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to continue to beg for fights that you are not in a position to get, because boxing, like all sports, is a business first and a sport second. That's why I can understand the business side of why you can't get these fucking fights, because you're asking fighters to fight you who, number one, gain absolutely nothing for fighting you. None. And your team is going to have to put up too big of a purse to facilitate you a decent name. And then if they do that, what you going to do? 12 rounds with them like Gamboa? Now, this is one thing that I will say that I actually take back. I criticize the shit out of Devin Haney for going 12 rounds with Gamboa. But I only did that because he set himself up by judging everybody's performance prior to Gamboa and talk about what he's going to do. Okay? So when he didn't get in there and knock a 40-year-old man out, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. But I will say this. We tend to, and I tend to forget how fucking tough Gamboa really is. Gamboa is a tough motherfucker. He really is. That's why it's even more impressive that Terrence Crawford beat him in his prime. Gamboa is tough as fuck, you know? And I kind of looked over that a little bit when I say, man, he went 12 rounds with Gamboa, blah, blah, blah. No, Gamboa, even at his old age, is still tough as fuck. So I give you more credit than what I did previously. I tend to forget that about Gamboa. Anytime something slips my mind or something like that, I try to go back and correct that shit and let you know that, nah, I was a little wrong in judging you that harshly about Gamboa. Gamboa is a good, tough-ass opponent. Even though I felt you should have knocked his ass out. But he was still, he's a tough cookie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really surprised that you didn't knock him out. Gervonta Davis damn near didn't knock him out. Gervonta Davis took him, it took him to the 12th. And that kid got power. So, you know, but you supposedly better or whatever. But I'm going to take that back and give you more credit for that. But what I'm saying is, and what I've been asking Devin Haney fans every time I talked about Devin Haney, you know, so people don't misconstrue what I'm doing or hate or nothing like that. I bring solutions to the table, and I simply ask the Devin Haney fan, who could he fight next is going to change the view of him and the public perception into the boxing world. I keep asking y'all that. None of y'all want to answer. Let's say he can't get these fights. Let's say he can't get Mikey Garcia, which he's not. Let's say he can't get Teofimo Lopez. Let's say he can't get this. Let's say he can't get that. Who can we match him up with next that's going to help silence that noise of people saying about what he hasn't done? What kind of fighter does he need to fight? You guys can't answer. Some of the real boxing fans did. They say, yo, he need to fight Loma. Yo, he need to fight Nakatani. Yo, he need to fight... He need to fight somebody on that level. And I agree. I would love to see Devin Haney up against a Nakatani. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he can beat Nakatani. I barely think he can beat Vasily Lomachenko. That's why I honestly think he's talking about that, oh, Loma doesn't deserve a shot shit. I think if you honestly thought that you could ice cream this motherfucker, just like you thought that you could with Gamboa, then you be all for that. How is Gamboa good enough, but Lomachenko's not, Devin? That don't make no fucking sense at all. This is your opportunity. Wax this motherfucker. Make him pay for ducking you. Show people why you talk the shit that you talk and why you had the belief in yourself that you do. But you're not going to get it. Keep begging for these guys that's out of your fucking league. Next, you're going to be talking about Canelo's my super fight. Matter of fact, you already said that shit. You know what I'm saying? You calling out all these guys that you can't do business with, but you could do business with Loma. Now the question is, why don't you? And I would be well within my rights, even though I'm not going to do it because I'm not a fuck boy. I would be well within my rights to say that you ducking Vasily Lomachenko. He fucked around and ducked you, and you turn around and ducked him because you feel that you got a belt that was given to you. You so high up that Vasily Lomachenko don't earn it. You can still build off of his name. You can still grow off of his name. You acting like having Vasily Lomachenko's name on your resume is not better than having Gamboa's. Explain this shit, man. Clean this shit up, but you gotta crawl before you walk, man. You gotta crawl before you walk. It's a Nakatani fight. Hell, it's a Luke Campbell fight. Hell, it's a Lomachenko fight for you. If I was going to say you fight somebody who's going to help advance you to the next level to where people don't talk shit about you, it's one of those fights. Quit barking up trees that you know you can't do business with because your own team ain't willing to throw down that kind of money. Because if they did, how come you couldn't get these fucking fights? How come? Okay, your resume, you have more bodies on your resume than both Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia. So what was your hold up? You 25-0. These dudes 16 and 20-0. So what was you doing? What was your hold up then? What was the problem then? You know, these are just things that people what, you know what I'm saying, half a brain cell can figure out and see. Go fight Loma. If you do, if you don't, I don't care about what you're complaining about. Go fight the man. It's a free fight for you. It's a free build up, and you can earn that belt. Shut everybody up. Nobody could call you email champion. No more. No more. And it's an opportunity to outdo Teofimo Lopez, who everybody is gloating over right now. That's your opportunity. That's the way Manny Pacquiao did it. What he did to Ricky Hatton and all that stuff. Then it put him in the conversation of fighting Floyd. That's the way he did it. But I know, Devin, you two on your high horse. And how does Lomachenko deserve a shot? That's no different. If you're acting like that at that level with fighting somebody like Gamboa, then you can't blame anybody else who's over you for talking to your ass the same damn way. Does Devin Haney deserve a shot? You doing the same thing Errol Spence did. Bitch and complain about Keith Thurman not wanting to fight, blah, 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 holding up the division, not earning shit. Then as soon as you get into Keith Thurman's position, hence Errol Spence doing the same thing. Terrence Crawford don't deserve a shot. It is just one repeating ass cycle. And this is why people be so upset with the sport called boxing. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Van, I'm out.